up. 3, good. All right, we are live. What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How are we doing? Two of my favorites right here.
It's like the band back together, but early.
I don't think it ever ended.
That's
It didn't
true.
end for me yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm still expecting Game 5 to start tonight.
Dude, I actually said it the other day. I haven't watched anything after the final out.
What do you mean?
I've never watched like any of the celebration.
Oh, I got you.
know who won World Series MVP, but I never watched anything at all. I have like no idea what happened after the final out.
Nope.
Nothing.
None.
I completely just went away.
Yo, it's over, man. Over. On to 2025, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we walked.
For
We
those
walked
watching
out.
on eBay, we're here. Collectible Exchange, of course, and then we got our friends Frank Luna, David Rifkin, talking some baseball, and some collectibles, of course. They're both involved with that, I know.
Always.
Nothing. There's nothing. I got nothing over here, guys.
Well, yeah, you got a Cole right behind you. I love that one.
Oh, I mean, I'm currently in a little bit of renovation, but there's you have the judges' ticket stubs up there.
Nice.
You've got my Field of Dreams ticket stub signed by Stanton over there. You've got that way. You've got Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth over my shoulder over there.
Nice.
You've got a bat signed by over 100 Yankees on the other side. So we're
Who's the hardest one you have on that bat?
Smith, I don't even know.
You
Honestly,
know?
like I just
Have you
haven't.
done the bat yourself?
I picked it up at 80. I've done the last 25. Honestly, I'd love.
I was there for a few.
Yeah,
I
you were
saw
there for a few.
Trevino. I think it was Waldo. I think I saw those two.
Oswaldo is not on it,
Oh, really?
and I need to do that.
You know of
Gosh.
Oswaldo?
Listen, lugging a bat around is not the most easy thing to do.
Yeah.
I got an Oswaldo signed baseball right here.
Love that.
Got it right
I
next
have.
to me.
Frank's got 50.
I have so many of those Waldo things signed. I'll show you. Hold on one
I
second.
mean-
This is my favorite thing.
I think Oswaldo is probably the biggest fan favorite player in the 21st century. So,
So this, I don't know if you can see it, right?
hey, what is that?
So this is his Venezuelan hat from when he played in the Winter League,
Okay.
and he signed it. Obviously he signed it, and he writes, "With so much love to my brother Frank," and gave that to me. I think end of last year, I guess, beginning of last year. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. That's
So-
what.
Did he have it on him, or you just?
No, he just gave this to me. It's definitely something that he either got probably from the team shop or was team issued. But I followed him pretty closely. Yeah, there's a little sweat line on there, and he actually signed it with a black marker under the brim. So he re-signed it in silver on top. He just gave that one to me. So I love
Frank,
that.
So Frank, if
Yeah.
you're gonna get an autograph from the starting third baseman of the New York Yankees, whose autograph are you getting?
Right now or
Who's your guess?
opening day, I think Oswaldo or Peraza.
I think Oswaldo beats Peraza out for that job. I think he did it last year. He
Yep.
started in Houston. I'm all for Oswaldo starting at third base. I think we all are.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't think Peraza's a shot. I think they're over him, but I can certainly see a world where they say, "Hey, we couldn't get a big piece splash that we wanted. We're going to go sign Iglesias, and we're going to have Waldo start there to start the year at third base, and Iglesias takes over the Waldo role, and we might add later on." But I could see it starting that way.
That's what I worry about. I mean, honestly, I think that if Oswaldo's starting at third base, that's his role. Like, enough of giving him a shot than taking it away. I want our lineup consistent every night, barring injury. I want a consistent lineup, and I think we had more of that last year, and it helped with Soto. But thankfully last year we didn't really have major injuries except Stanton and Rizzo. But I don't want any inconsistencies. We have a lineup, that looks very promising, but I don't want playing games anymore. I want a consistent.
But I think that's the concern with Waldo, which is that they love his ability to move around so much that if you put him at third, do you actually hurt yourself over the course of the year?
Yeah, I mean he's the best utility guy since Ben Zobrist, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The guy can play every position. He has a great bat, great defense. That's why David and me were just talking before we went live. He knows who I want. I think everybody knows who
Everybody
I want.
knows.
Let me guess, Arenado.
Nolan Arenado. Yeah.
Yo, I
wanted him
like
for years.
Arenado. I think his defense is,
The
a
best
very
of all
upper
time
echelon
since Brooks
defense.
Robinson.
Yeah. I mean, he's an upper echelon defender. I think that's important when you look at some of the moves they made with the pitching staff, and you're bringing a guy like Fried, ground ball guy. I'll tell you what, if I'm getting an autograph, David, of the closer, it's Devin Williams. And
Yeah.
I mean, and I would get it at the Hall of Fame Pinstripe Pride show coming up in a couple of weeks. Collectible Exchange is bringing in Devin Williams for his first autograph.
I
appearance.
didn't know that. Is that breaking news?
It may. I don't know if it's out yet, but it is now. So Jake, tell Brandon I'm
Breaking
sorry,
news.
but it's out. I've seen it on the internet, or I wouldn't have said something. But yeah, Devin Williams is coming in for that Pinstripe Pride show. That is like, I'm so excited about that. That is a dude that Yankee fans I think are just gonna love. Like, do business, get to it, guy. No excuses. Like I
think he's
just
gonna be
can't.
dominant.
I mean, yeah, Weaver and Williams in the late innings of these games. I mean, yeah, I'm fired up.
I mean, the pitching is the nastiest we've seen
in a
in a
while.
while.
Yep.
Between Weave and Williams and even Cousins, and then you talk about someone like Fried with that curveball and Cole's fastball. I mean, that's some filth coming out every day.
Loizaga, he could really be.
Yeah,
clutch for this
if he's
team.
healthy.
He's healthy.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy, I mean that looks scary. Now, let me ask you guys. We were talking about potential Stroman trade before. I saw this mock trade a couple times. Stroman, and you get Wandy Peralta back and Luis Arias. Thoughts?
Do you think they would do that? I don't.
If they're trying to shred salary, maybe. I mean, they still got 3 years attached to Peralta. They got 1 year left of Arias. You'd have to throw in a prospect. I don't think they would take that without a prospect, and a top 10 prospect, of course, for that. But I mean,
I just don't think Arise is the guy the Yankees want.
why?
I just
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to break down.
I mean, I think his defense is a problem. I think the lack of power, which we know they value, isn't there. I just don't think they want the singles hitter without any chance of pop in the lineup. Like
Jose Trevino just joined the chat and he said some good dudes right here, and he's gonna.
All right, Trev.
I'll miss y'all.
Yeah, I
Love
miss
you,
Trevi.
Jose.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if he's still in there. And obviously it's tough. Trevi said to me last year, we were going to something at Yankee Stadium. It was before the season. And we're driving on East 161st, and we're going past like the McDonald's and the tattoo shop. And Trevi told me, he's like, bro, he didn't say if. Trevi said, when we win the World Series this year, after the parade, I'm going to get 1,000 cheeseburgers to just give out on the street, and I'm getting a Yankee tattoo. There is no event I was looking forward to more in my life than seeing that tattoo go on him. But man, I
he
love
would've been out
Trevi,
there with
dude.
the fans.
Oh, he would have
No
been
doubt
out there.
about
I love
Dude,
Trevi. Just what a dude, man.
I'm happy for him because I think he'll get a chance to play more as he goes into his last year. But like on the list of people you didn't want to see go, right? Like you wanted to see him go because you wanted to see him be able to get paid, right? And but you didn't want to see him go because such a good dude, such a likable guy, did everything that you wanted. You felt like he was a great in the clubhouse. He checked every box.
Yep.
but hopefully he kills it and gets paid.
A lot of love for Trevi, man, and his family. He's got an awesome family. The Yankees are going to miss him, and the Yankees fans are going to miss him. We've been lucky to be with him the past few years for sure.
Back to sorry to cut you off before Luis Ariz. So what you were saying?
So I just don't think that that's the type of guy they're looking for. When you look at what they're doing, they're upping their defense all over the place. I don't think that all of a sudden they're going to drop it. Not to mention the fact that if you put Ariz, whose D is below level, in second, then you're leaving Jazz at third, who they've kind of alluded to wanting to move back to second. They've said that they look at rangy guys as second base and look at handsy guys as third base, and it feels like Jazz is more of that guy with the range. So I think they say, listen, we're going to go into camp. We're going to have Waldo and see if DJ's got anything left to start, and we're going to wait and see what falls in our lap. And is that your boy Arenado? Is that somebody else who teams are dying to get off of? Does Minnesota have one of their guys they're trying to get off of, and a deal comes together? I think those are the things that the Yankees have proven every year that they're willing to make those in spring moves, and I think that's what we're going to see.
Absolutely. Real quick shout out to eBay. We'll be doing some auctions again very soon. And C Money, what's up? How we doing?
C Money.
All right, Frank. So what are you excited? I know Collectible Exchange. You're going to be there with us. Pinstripe Pride.
Dude, I'm fired up. I mean, so you got that weekend's gonna be fun. We got Aaron Boone doing a benefit that Friday night in Central New Jersey for the New Jersey Vietnam Veteran Memorial Foundation. I'm on the board there, and the manager was willing enough to drive to Holmdel, New Jersey on a Friday afternoon before he heads out. And, we're doing a benefit to raise money for them. That's going to be a really interesting, very small crowd, and very intentionally. They want it to be an intimate gathering with the manager of the Yankees before he heads off to spring training. So that's going to be a totally different vibe, that event, than I think a lot of fans are used to. This is going to be kind of a cocktail reception. There'll be about a 30-minute Q&A, but everyone there is VVVIP just based on the ticket. And, you're going to have a lot of a good opportunity to interact with the manager. If anybody wakes up that morning and thinks that that's their day to take the manager of the Yankees for a walk, I will tell you, not only do you not want to mess with me, but there are a lot of Vietnam veterans who are going to be there. And those are they might be older, but they are some badass cats. So, they used to run around the jungle with knives in their mouth. So, that's nobody's day to take Aaron Boone for a walk. But then Saturday and Sunday you got, and I know the Pinstripe Pride event is that Friday too, but I know Collectible Exchange is bringing in a bunch of guys for that. I'm probably most excited to meet Devin Williams. Who's that?
Right here. Mariano.
Who is it? Yeah, I mean, Mariano, O'Neill, Willie Randolph.
Look, you know who's going to be there too? Look at this piece. I want to pull in some items. So we have a couple of these. We have
Is Jake going to try to sell me some stuff before we hang out?
He should.
That is sick.
Donnie will be there. Yep.
Don Mattingly. We got a bunch of these, drawn. These are painted.
That's cool.
Derek, A-Rod Jeter. Pretty cool.
Jake, I'll send you my address when we're done.
Every time I'm in this office for work, I just want to put everything on my wall. So
yeah, that's the hardest part in all that industry is what do you sell? What do you keep? I mean, especially the baseball card game. That's why I just have so many cards that
our boy Chris said Spike Lee's going to be there. I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, Spike Lee. Even Cashman. I mean,
Cashman's
that's
awesome.
going to be neat, dude. And David, you've been around Cashman. I mean, if any fan hasn't met Brian Cashman, that is such a cool opportunity to come and get a picture with him. I know he gets a lot of heat, but he's an interesting guy to be around too. I mean, he's real cool.
The beauty of him is that he believes in their decisions and in their process. And so if you want to bring him an argument or a dispute, he will sit there and have the conversation with you.
Yep.
And even if you don't agree, he'll sit there and debate it with you. I mean, I have brought him some players or moves that we didn't agree on and asked him flat out, Why? And he's sat there and given you his answers. You may not agree with it, but it's pretty damn amazing to sit there and have that conversation with him.
Absolutely. I mean, I know me and Frank actually, might have lost Frank here for a second. Me and Frank, we reconnected at that, one of the last Brian Cashman events. But yeah, no, I love Cash. I think he's, I still stand by him. He's made good moves. There we go. We got Frank back. He's made good moves at the deadline over the last couple of years. A couple of them didn't work out, but I mean, I want his redemption arc to end with a chip. You know.
I also think that people don't give enough credit to the fact that like there are rules, guidelines, input, decisions from other people inside the organization that he takes the bullets on.
Yep.
That not, and this all goes beyond the fact that there's a Yankee tax. There are teams that are determined to beat the Yankees in a trade, and they won't trade the guys. I mean, like the rumors are abound that the Yankees had the best offer out there for Kyle Tucker, and Jim Crane just wouldn't do it. And so, you know, if he would, they get killed for not making the deal. But if he would have made the deal at what was being and what it would have cost, he would have gotten killed for giving up what it would have cost.
Yep, exactly. I think I don't know. I mean, the moves that didn't happen this offseason, I mean, there's nothing that like take the Soto situation out of it because a lot of people didn't want Soto to begin with. You know, take that out of it. There's no move that I'm like, well, the Yankees had to make that. Kyle Tucker maybe was one of them, but you know, you could have been putting yourself in the same position for a guy who comes to New York and then he maybe succeeds here, maybe doesn't, and then doesn't like New York. I mean, Joey Gallo came from Texas. He did not like New York.
I mean, you can look at the Tucker move with the Cubs and go, listen, we have held on to our assets. We have some that very well may increase in value, like Jones when he gets, you know, full season enrolling. And if the Cubs fall out of it, do you grab him then? Right? If the opportunity's there. You know, I get the concern with Goldie. I look at it and go, professional hitter, MVP 2 years ago. There's all the reason to believe that he's going to be an improvement over what we got at first base last year. And I believe that the Yankees truly do believe in Ben Rice's bat. And you put him around somebody like Goldie, and does that give an opportunity to really improve there too? I think they have shown they've gone back to their roots with heavy pitching success. They seem to have really improved their defense. Yes, there are a lot of guys that need to step up this year and take continued step forward, whether it's Volpe or Wells' progression or Dominguez making that jump. But some of those guys, you expect them to do at least some of that. A full season of Jazz, you know, if Goldie can bat 245, 250, that's a big boost. You know, if Belly can come hit 270, it's a massive boost. And then and we talk about third base, and I know you guys are partial, but and I certainly am too, but not to the extent you guys are. But I do believe in Waldo's bat, and I believe in his work ethic. And if he gets run, he's going to hit. And if we go somewhere else, if we go to a different route, I'm sure it's somebody who they're looking at and going, is that going to give us more than Waldo does?
Yep. I mean, someone just mentioned it too. Speaking of, we got Brandon here. We got Frank Luna. David, you want to say hello?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Sir?
What's up? No wonder why I can't get Frank on the phone, man. He's bullshitting with you guys.
Somebody's got it.
Jesus. Frank, you look
Yeah.
very dapper, and I must say your beard looks a little longer since the last time I saw you.
I'm due for a haircut Thursday. So
Me too. Nice to see you guys. David Rifkin in the house. Let's go!
We were just talking about Pinstripe Pride.
Big show. Yeah, it's always a big show when the Yankees are showing up, I guess. And this one will be no less than what we've seen in the past. Matter of fact, maybe even a little more.
Yeah, Brandon, Jake said he's going to take some of the stuff from the office.
I'm not happy about their field, but I don't know why they can't bring some of the AAA and some of the young prospects. You know, there's so much hope, and there's a lot of good talent in the Yankee farm system. Like I think it would be really cool to bring some of those kids in, but the final decision maker in this case is not me. So at some point I have to work on that. You know, yes, just in baseball, Oswaldo should play third base.
We were just talking about that for probably 10 minutes.
I mean, what are you gonna do here? I mean, unfortunately, I get no speaking lines where these guys play, but I certainly try to infiltrate my opinion. I know that I can, but nobody's listening, and nor should they. But it'd be nice to see Oswaldo get 300 at bats. See, I look at him more like that than I do on Oswaldo playing here and there. I think they look at him as a role player that can do a lot of things, and he's certainly going to fill in. But to me, getting 300 at bats puts him in a good position next year when he goes to arbitration and he starts people really seeing his value. And we can see what he could do with 300 at bats, at least a little more than half the season would be nice. Where he's playing almost half the time. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Brandon,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
go
if
actually, Frank. I got to get a haircut, but I figured I got to say hello.
well, I don't know if I broke the news prematurely, but I did see it online, or I wouldn't have said something about the pitcher that you're bringing in to Pinstripe Pride for his first
I
appearance.
love this kid, man, already. I mean, he seems like a really humble, kind of a quiet, supposedly, but really people love him. Devin Williams, first appearance as a Yankee, just bringing him in, and somehow I got a good feeling about this movie.
I think he's
every
gonna
now
do
and then. I mean, Cashman's deals are generally really good. No, I'm a big Cashman fan, so there's not a question of that. If I had a team, I have no problem him running my team, but I wouldn't even think twice about it. But he is done. I mean, everybody gets on him about this and that, but I think he's had a great off season. Never got flustered about the whole Soto thing, nor should he have. That'd be crazy to spend that kind of money on one player. Soto's a great player, but I like what we got. Matter of fact, I love what we got. And if you're the Yankees, I think you're going into this year probably, not definitely, better than you were last year. And I think we didn't even play our best last year. I think that the whole bottom half of the lineup, all of them could easily play better.
I think Bellinger can hit 40. I really do.
You got a
in that short
complete
form.
upgrade at first base, which I have nothing against Rizzo, but we didn't get a lot of good Rizzo last year.
Love you, Rizzo.
I know you love Rizzo, but I mean that's an upgrade there. There's an upgrade in left field, and don't get me started on that debacle. But there's two upgrades right there. You got an upgrade on your closer, and you've developed another guy who can step in and close, or do the setup and reliever. I mean, we're just a much better team. You picked up a phenomenal ace to go on with. If Cole's not the ace, you really almost got two aces. Say whatever you want. Randone is a 1A, not even a B.
Well, I think
three legitimate pitchers. I mean, you're in incredible shape. You got 6 starting pitchers going in.
Yeah.
Really 7 if you want to count. Heel. Nobody's even talking about the rookie of the year. I mean, we're stacked. We're stacked.
Someone mentioned too with Devin Williams, you're getting, it's been a wild ride since Mariano. Devin Williams it's for the taking, the best closer since Mo. Chapman fell from grace quick. He had his good moments.
Yeah.
Miller was very positively received, but I think Devin Williams has the opportunity to claim that title. It's still up for the taking, so I think that's gonna be interesting.
I'm just thinking, my last thought is, I'm happy that the Mets got Soto. Good. Glad. I want the Mets to be good. Great. You need both teams to really be good. They're never going to be as good as the Yankees. I mean, at least they haven't been, with the exception of about 2 years back in the 80s. But, at the end, having great baseball going on in Queens and the Bronx is good for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Cohen, good owner, spending a lot of money, good for them, good for the Met fans. But listen, I don't think anybody out there, if they had a choice between being a Met or Yankee fan over the last 10 years, or even going into the next 10, would want to be a Met fan over a Yankee fan. Just saying. But having said that, and obviously very biased about it, I have no problem with the fact that what direction I chose as far as a fan. It's good to have both teams doing well. It would be great in New York if the Knicks and Nets were good. I mean, how bad is the Nets? And I'm beginning to scratch my head that maybe something's wrong or missing on the Knicks. And then you look at our football situation with the Jets and Giants. I mean,
That's a disaster.
you can go watch Little League. You go look Little League football. We'll get that. So at least we have a shot of getting some really good sports in this town this summer from 2 good teams that spent a lot of money, went out of the way to put some really good talent on the field. I'm excited, and we all should be. Mets, bring it on. I think it's July 4th weekend. Let's go. Let's see what Soto's got. Let's see how he likes Queens. See how well he does. I think it's going to be great. Great for the city. Great for baseball. It brings out sometimes a little bit of a better. It kind of pushes the Yankees a little bit when the Mets are better. So I like that part of it too. Don't misunderstand how good the Yankee pitching staff is, and I don't even think they're done. I think there's a couple more moves to be made. It's exciting. No, I'm not hiring right now. I love to be hiring, but we are about to make some big announcements, so I would definitely keep an eye on this company, because what's about to transpire in the next 90 days is just amazing. Blessed, and for you out there and you're watching, thank you. I appreciate the support. We could not have built this, what we just built over the last few years, without I consider incredible loyal fan base. For now, what's going to Collectible Exchange, buying into our signings, sending us your stuff to sell. We have, Jake, we have 4 times the amount of items on our site that I ever did at Steiner. That's how far we've blown up on our web. And then with a lot of new players and teams, we're about to announce some really unique proprietary stuff. David Rifkin in the house. Frank Luna. Love
See
you
you, Frank.
guys. Good to
See
see
you, Brandon.
Soon.
You go this way. Oh, there you go. All right. Anything else you guys want to add before we go?
So let's take our pick. Who gets the most at bats at third
Who gets
base?
the most what?
The most ABs at third base this year.
The most ABs at third base. I'll let you guys go first.
Frank.
I think it's probably going to be starting to see. I think it's going to be Oswaldo.
Oswaldo?
I think so. I mean, unless something happens in spring training, I mean, I don't know if fans don't want to hear it, but Oswaldo and DJ, as it stands right now. I mean,
I am inclined to agree with Jake and say that ultimately St. Louis gets desperate and
Finally,
says,
I'm not alone.
name the price,
Finally.
and the deal happens.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I want, from the beginning, for the last 3 years, I've wanted Oswaldo to start. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that I don't want Oswaldo to start. I've just seen the track record, and if they're going to throw DJ LeMahieu out there and then give him a couple of at-bats, might as well go all in and keep Oswaldo as a super utility.
I mean,
I got no issues with him starting.
Oswaldo's value, if you can rotate him through that roster on every single day, he's playing 5 days a week, maybe in different spots, is incredibly valuable.
Goldschmidt's going to need days off. Bellinger's going to need days off. These aren't guys that have the most impressive injury history.
I'll tell you what, I forget who posted it, but I saw Volpe's numbers with a little bit more time off. I forget where I saw it, and I wish I could give, the whoever posted that, I'm sorry that I'm not able to tell everyone who I saw posting it, because this is not a stat that I'm making up or found myself.
I think I saw it on Twitter too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I guess his numbers after days off were really, really good, and his offensive numbers. So, maybe that's look. He played a ton of games last year, and here's the other part of this: a lot of these guys are still developing. The Volpes, the Wells, Oswaldo. He feels like he's been around forever because he's been in the organization so long. But what is this? Going to his 3rd or 4th year, right? I mean, 22 was his first full year or half year.
Yeah.
So, he's going into his 3rd, full year, I guess. 24, 23, 24, full, 25. So, yeah, his 3rd full year as a big leaguer. I can't wait to see what Dominguez does. I'm so fired up for Dominguez. It's like, I think he can make us forget Juan Soto quickly. I will say that I do, I agree for the most part that the Yankees are a little deeper. Their pitching has improved, as it stands significantly. But the lineup is not better to me without Juan Soto. Unless there's another piece.
No, but it's deeper. Pitching's deeper. Pitching's better. Defense is better.
Yep. And
By
look,
the way, real quick, Just in Time Baseball is praising Frank Luna's beard. We love you, Justin.
I hope Devin Williams. By the way, I hope Devin Williams keeps his beard. I hope he figures out a way to
We'll make that a conversation for the next one, because that's a more complicated topic for all of us to go into.
Yeah, but I hope
I have a beard, and I'm actually for the beard policy. I'm such a hypocrite.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: when I was in the military, we would do like these field training exercises, and you'd be out in the field for like 2 weeks. So, not like the best running water. And again, it was training. It wasn't like we were in combat. And like when we got told we didn't have to shave every day because we were out in the field, you would hear like audible applause. Like morale was better. And I'm not comparing like a field training exercise in the Army to the New York Yankees. I'm not. However, I will say morale. Look at all these guys right now. They all have facial hair in the offseason. It's and the whole like 1980s aura and mystique of the 90s, the early 2000s, like it's gone. Like the world has changed. It's so anyway. I don't think it makes them look professional. I think some of these guys should have beards.
We'll talk about that, like David said, next time. I know you guys got to get going, so we'll do this. Let's try again and do it next week. All right?
Yeah, works for me, boys.
See you guys soon.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
Adios.